Going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of My Munchies. As always, we are your co-hosts, Caden and
Brayden.
let's get right into it. That's what we got this week, brother.
Sorry, I had to take a drink. All right.
That's what we got this week.
This week.
He hasn't told me about any of this stuff we're talking about.
The other night, I was laying in bed, and I couldn't sleep,
Right?
and this conspiracy came to me
Right.
out of the blue, dude, and it kind of threw me for a loop, man. Cause like I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna show you guys my phone real quick.
Right.
This is crazy. Like,
Crazy.
I want you guys to see this.
You're gonna get up and like. I just saw that. Is that all conspiracy theory
That's
stuff?
all my conspiracy, dude.
Okay.
This
This must be good
crazy.
then. He hasn't
And
told me any of this, by the way.
Greg said it was good, so hopefully it's good.
You're gonna have to
So
also.
I haven't told him.
Hold on. You guys are gonna have to bear with me. I'm kind of sick right now. My throat's kind of a little scratchy, a little itchy. So just bear with me. I'm probably gonna stick my head to the side, because I'm sick.
So we appreciate the 4 consistent viewers we have.
Yes, we appreciate you.
Make sure to leave a like and subscribe because
Those 4
it helps
consistent. Those
helps
4
push our content.
Those 4 consistent viewers. If you DM my Instagram, I will ensure you when we get merch, you guys get free merch.
It should be coming soon. It's still in the making.
It's
Sorry
still in
about
the
the
making.
Christmas thing. We just couldn't get it
Yeah.
figured out. So we're gonna get there. But I'm gonna start out by asking
But
you.
yeah,
a question.
Chandler, make sure you put my Instagram in this so that these guys can get their free merch. It's first these 4 viewers. We're gonna go through and we're gonna prove that these first 4 viewers, these consistent viewers, get free merch.
Okay.
I'm going to go through personally and make sure you guys are actually watching all of our videos.
All right. So here's the thing. I'm gonna start off
All right,
by
go.
asking a simple question.
Let's
and
go,
then
man.
I'm gonna hit you guys with.
Let's
the
go, man.
conspiracy.
I've been wondering about this like past 3
Okay.
days since you texted me.
I really hope you enjoy this as much as I did. I still enjoy talking about it. Okay, so my first question is, what's gonna happen to Earth when we leave it?
I think
The human species goes extinct.
so I think what's gonna happen.
Extinct.
Sorry, but I think
Go extinct.
I
What
think the
happens to
world's
Earth?
gonna just like it's gonna show signs that obviously humanity's gonna stay here. Like signs of humanity's gonna be here. There's gonna be
Mhm.
buildings
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
but I
sooner or
think-
later they'll decay and then.
Yeah, they're gonna
they'll
fall
disappear.
in and stuff like that. But like I'm talking like let's say like next 200 years after humans
I just added to my conspiracy.
after humans leave. So after humans
Wow.
like are gone, I think nature's gonna retake cities. It's gonna roots are gonna grow.
Mhm.
Plants are going to come back.
And
Animals are
sooner
going
or
to come
later-
back. Sooner or later, there's going to be no sign of humans ever
Yeah.
existing. But that's going to be thousands upon thousands and thousands of years from now.
Here's what I think,
Okay.
and this is how I built my theory. So listen to this.
Okay.
Chandler hasn't heard this either, so this is gonna be good. I'm excited to see both of your reactions.
Okay.
I mean, Greg's the only one, so
He just
you're gonna have to blur the first little bit of my thing.
yeah.
Greg
yeah,
is the only one. Who knows
Greg.
it. So here's the thing.
No one must know.
So there's evidence about 12 to 13,000 years ago that another species, that there were super advanced civilizations on Earth.
Yeah.
Right. Here's what I think's gonna happen when we go extinct. We're the Homo sapiens.
Right.
Like that's our species. We're
Right.
Homo sapiens. We're gonna go extinct, and then another species is going to come and take over.
Well, yeah.
That's gonna be
That's just what
different. It's gonna
happens.
be kind of like us, but different because
Like a more advanced human.
maybe, or a less advanced one. Because like Homo erectus was the one before us.
Right.
So they were here about 135,000 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
And 135,000 years ago, they went extinct.
Right.
And Homo sapiens started roaming the earth. Right.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Humans have been on the earth for about 2 million years.
Right.
Feel free to cut me off and ask questions
Right.
if you feel like it. Humans have been on the earth
2 million years.
and our ancestors, not Homo sapiens, but our ancestors.
So that would be like the Homo
So people like
whatever.
people like us, like the Homo.
So all
erectus.
generations of humans, you're
Yes,
saying.
every species that's ever been has been here for about 2 million years.
Right.
To give you an example of how fast time can move on Earth, The Sahara Desert is thought to go from desert to grassland every 20,000 years.
Right.
So every 20,000 years, it goes from being a flourishing tropical, nice, rainforesty, green
To a barren
grassland
landscape desert.
to a desert. Atlantis, the lost city of Atlantis,
Right.
a lot of people think Atlantis was in the Sahara Desert because they can see where there's like outlines of where there could have been structures.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But since it's a
I think
desert,
I know where you're going with
since
this.
it's a desert now, you don't know where I'm going with this. It
I
gets,
kind of-
a lot more complicated.
Okay, I thought I went where you were going with it.
So, the desert has kind of went over everything. You can't find the remains.
And by the
because it's
desert,
been
you mean
years.
this? By the desert, you mean the Sahara, right?
The Sahara.
Okay.
Yes. Now, when the Sahara was grassland, it was flourishing. Like there was huge lakes and there was great big rivers and trees and everything. It was just beautiful.
Right.
So here's what I got to say. Plato says that Atlantis.
Oh, you said like Plato, like the.
Yeah, Plato the person.
I thought you were saying Plato like the little kids thing.
Okay,
I was
no,
like
no.
Plato.
Plato.
You mean like Plato? Like
Plato. Yeah, Plato. The person says that the story of Atlantis comes from ancient Egypt,
Right.
right? And he said it could have been 10,000 years before his time.
Right.
So this could have been 30,000 years ago.
Right.
That's crazy to think about. So here's the thing. We think aliens helped build the pyramids, right?
Mhm.
Or the other side of the argument says that the pyramids is a lost technology. Like is how we built them is a lost technology.
Yeah, like we don't know exactly
Yeah.
how they built them. We just have an idea.
Here's my thought.
Okay.
Here's my thought. The people who lived in Atlantis, it was a city that people thought was highly advanced. It was
Right.
this crazy, highly advanced technologically and everything. It was just this crazy, highly advanced city. The people in the city that lived on the earth during that time went extinct.
Mm-hmm.
That's my theory. They went extinct.
So the people that were
But-
living in Atlantis went
Yeah,
extinct.
They went extinct. But there's more. They were so highly advanced that they know how to do things like build the pyramids, for example.
Right. So you're saying
So-
they built the pyramids.
So hear me out. Hear me out.
I'm hearing you out.
It gets more deep.
I'm listening.
They were so highly advanced that they had a Stephen Hawking of their own time kind of deal. That was like, because Stephen Hawking said we've got 1,000 years to get off this planet, Earth,
Or else we're done for.
or else we're done for. He said we need to get off this Earth. Now Elon Musk is trying to, right now, send a crew into space for a 1,000-year trip. Here's what I'm
1,000-year trip,
I'm
man.
saying
That's
though.
nuts.
Here's what I'm saying though. Maybe at that time they had the same thought, like we're destroying this planet, we need to go to a different one. They built these spacecrafts. Obviously, I have no proof of this, but they built these spacecrafts that were crazy high technology. Sent them out
Okay.
to another planet. They built a civilization or whatever you want to think they did. And generations through, their species goes extinct. The Homo sapiens take over, which are us.
So I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt or anything.
Go ahead.
But so what you're saying is the people of Atlantis send some of their people
they think,
into space
Yeah, they think
to find a new planet to live
yeah.
on, but then before they can come back, the people on
by
Earth,
time they come back,
they're all gone.
Their species is extinct.
That's
And our
on
s-
Earth.
Yeah, and our
and we're
species-
currently roaming the Earth
yeah,
like as the
we are
main,
currently roaming
as
the Earth.
the most
You're
dominant
picking it up.
species.
And guess
Okay.
what? And guess what? Their species is extinct. Our species is roaming the Earth. That's why whenever we see them come back, that's what we're seeing on
Dude,
the UFOs.
no
That's what we're
way.
seeing as the UFOs.
Oh
and that's
my-
why we don't understand the technology
makes-
because it's
oh my-
crazy. It's crazy high
That makes
advanced.
so much
And
sense
when we
to
see
me.
them,
Actually,
when we see them,
we're
we're
like, oh my,
they don't look like us because it's a different species. They
oh
wouldn't
my
have looked
gosh,
like us.
bro.
Yeah, tell me that's
That's
crazy,
freaking
dude.
crazy.
Tell me that's
dude.
not crazy, bro. That's what I'm saying.
That's nuts. I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like kind of a stretch, but like it makes sense.
It makes honestly, and then we can say maybe Egypt, the pyramids wasn't built by aliens. It was built by the people
by like a
Yeah,
precursor.
by a precursor to us. And that's why in like when Jesus was here, there's those pictures of the orb people.
Oh
that
my
was,
gosh,
and that
dude.
was the people who were here before
That is
them.
That is, oh my God, dude, this is nuts.
See what I'm
like,
saying, bro?
look at my hand, bro.
See what I'm saying? I told you I believe it 100%.
Dude, that is
It
crazy
makes
to
sense.
me.
It just
actually.
makes sense.
That's nuts, bro. That's
Yeah.
nuts to me. Keep going, bro.
And then
keep going.
now I'm thinking, I was looking into it, and I was like, as you were talking earlier about over time our stuff would decay, what if those planets that we're now seeing that they're habitable are planets that were like Earth and had harbored
and they
life,
had people
and
on
they
them.
had people,
and they just
went
their
extinct.
civilization failed.
Yeah, they went extinct, and
Oh
now
my
it's
gosh,
just
dude.
nothing but freaking land. And we're seeing that being like, oh, that's a habitable planet.
We should
could
get on that.
Yeah, we should get on that.
We need to. We
And
need
it's
to
just this
colonize
cycle that keeps going.
That's crazy, man. Oh my
That's
gosh,
what I'm saying.
dude.
But aliens that we see now, we're like, oh, there's extraterrestrial life. They're from another planet. But in reality, they're from this
us,
planet.
and they're coming
and
back.
they're just coming back.
To say, hey,
Yeah.
we have a
Because,
colony set
like
up.
I was saying, Elon Musk wants to send that crew into space for that 1,000-year trip. By the time they came back, we could be
we
extinct.
could be gone.
And another species could be here.
I just want to think about that for a second. Can you imagine being sent on a 1,000-year space trip, and so you're on there, and I'm destined to die on this spaceship, and my kids are destined to die on this spaceship, and my grandchildren are destined to die on this spaceship, their grandchildren are destined to die on this spaceship. That's crazy to me.
And now,
And then can you imagine being like that generation that's finally like, we get to go back to Earth and tell them what we saw,
yeah,
and what our great parents have seen. That's crazy to me.
And this conspiracy would explain why that city of Atlantis and
It's
the pyramids, why it's a lost technology, because they left,
right,
and then they went extinct.
and they
so
took
nobody-
that important
yeah, so
technology with them.
Yeah, and then they started a colony on another planet, or they were on the
That's
spaceship
crazy,
forever.
man.
Because time is relative, but it goes based off of your different planets and different places in space. You'll age different. Time will go by slower or faster.
What's that movie with Chris Pratt in it where he goes? I think it's where Earth gets destroyed, and he's on a spaceship, and he's on this 100-year trip, but they get frozen, cryogenically frozen, and then he wakes up, I think 20 years early, and then
I don't know.
he sees a woman on this spaceship. She's played by the girl
You know
who
what he's
plays
talking
the girl who plays Katniss on The Hunger Games. What's her name?
Figure out what he's talking about. It's a Chris Pratt movie.
Chris Pratt movie. I think it's called yeah, it's a Chris Pratt movie. And it's about he's in space. I forget what it's called. He's with Jennifer Lawrence, and they wake up. He wakes up. Passengers, yes, dude. So they wake up. So it's Earth is advanced. So science is all advanced on Earth, and they send. I think it's 1,000 people to this new planet to start populating this planet. This planet though is 100 light years away, and so to preserve these humans, they cryogenically freeze them at just the right temperature, so where they can be thawed and they can regain their conscious and start living again. And it's not like they die as soon as they get to this planet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Chris Pratt's character wakes up 20 years early, and he's like, dude, I can't do this. And he's just walking, and this ship is controlled by robots and AI and everything like that. So everything's automated. These robots are keeping them alive, and so he wakes up, and he's walking through all the passengers, because all the women are separated from all the men, and he goes to the woman's section. And he sees Jennifer Lawrence, and he's like, oh my gosh, she's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life. I need to live with her. I need to. And then he finds out, so he unfreezes her, and it's crazy because he fakes everything. She wakes up, and the second he sees her walk out of the woman's area, he walks out of the men's area acting like he just woke up. So he's like, I don't know, he says, I've only been awake for like a couple hours. And she's like, we need to figure out how to go back into cryostasis so we can, live on this new planet. And he says, I don't think there's a way we can. Because he actually does look. He looks for a way to get refrozen. He even asks the AI, can you refreeze me? And they say, like, sorry, I'm not reprogrammed to do that. They all say that. The same automated response. Sorry, I'm not programmed to perform this procedure or whatever. And so I think they're awake for like 3 months, and he shows her like the space and images of all these other planets they've passed by. Because while they're passing by planets, the ship is taking pictures of these planets and showing like their oxygen levels, their water levels, their everything. And then he shows her these planets, and he shows her, and then he doesn't really, he tries to like, make a move on her and everything. And she kind of suspects something because she starts poking around the ship, and she's finding stuff about the government and all that stuff. And he finally tells her, I woke you up. He said, I've been awake for months. He was awake for months before he unfroze her. He's like, I couldn't live by myself. I was going insane because I had nobody else to talk to except a bunch of robots and AI. Because their ship even had like a bar, and he would go to this bar and talk to this freaking robot bartender, and the robot would just tell him stupid responses to everything. And he would say, so then he woke her up, and he's like, I woke you up. I've been on this ship for like 8 months, having nobody to talk to except robots, and I can't keep my sanity doing this. And first she's really upset with him, and then she realizes, she gets where he's coming from. But at the end of the movie, you find out that this planet they're going to, this planet that's so-called 100 light years away, is not 100 light years away. It is millions of light years away. And when they get to this planet, their proof. So they were all told before they got on this ship that when you guys get to this planet, it's going to be 100 years pass by. There goes your headset.
It's all right.
But, oh wait, should you get that on? But when they get to this, so they're told when they get to this planet, that's 100 light years away, you are to start the population. You're going to establish a colony for the first few months, and then start, producing, make more humans. We need you to have children. We need you to start, populating. And they find out from the ship's AI, they crack the AI. AI says of course, they still have like 9 point something million light years away. And they realize, they're like, what? We must have changed direction. And they said, no altercations have been made to your travel route. And they find out that they sent them there because the human race is dying. And they none of them knew that. Nobody, the news, the government kept it a secret that the human race was going to go extinct. There was no saving it. And they were meant to go there and not establish a colony for people on Earth to come to. They were establishing a whole new Earth. Mm-hmm. And that's just crazy to me, like, to think about that to me. Because, like, I feel like that could actually happen.
That's its own thing, and like...
Like, think about that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine being, like, told, like, by the government, oh, yeah, you've been specially chosen to go start a new colony for Earth, and, you're going to be a hero. You're going to be in the history books. And then come to find out, you're all that's left. Because that's what they did, is they realized, so there was nobody old on this entire ship. Nobody old, nobody in bad health, nobody super, super young. They were all 30 to 40-year-olds. Like 20 to, I'd say 20 to, anywhere from like 25 to 35. Mm-hmm. All in the prime of their life.
Yeah.
And they were all healthy individuals. And it's just crazy to me, like, to think about that. Because I feel like something like that could, like, actually happen one day.
Yeah.
And, like, I think it's going to be crazy, like, one day when there's going to be children that are told, they're going to be like 10 years old, and they're going to say, we have to pick up and pack up our entire home and move to not a different state, not a different county, not a different country, a whole different planet.
See, and I never even heard of that movie.
It's
and
a good movie.
That kind of like goes along with my theory too.
If you guys want a good movie, you need to find a way to watch
Hey,
that
we're not
movie.
sponsored by them.
I'm just no. I don't care if we're not sponsored by them, dude. That's a good movie.
But like,
We could start talking like Interstellar talk, like freaking dude. The time.
but like, in
Interstellar's a good movie
like
too.
for real though. Oh, guys, by the way, I have a tattoo. You guys.
I have a tattoo as well, but
But
you guys
like-
aren't allowed to see it.
So like, my question is, what do you think? What did you think about my theory though?
It was kind of mind blowing, honestly.
Kinda.
It was pretty
Dude, I
mind
couldn't.
blowing.
I couldn't sleep that night. I literally texted him, and I was
He
like,
was like, dude. He did.
I
He
was
was like,
like, dude.
we're having a conspiracy episode, and I was like, all right, dude, I don't care.
because it's crazy.
It is a
dude.
pretty good theory.
Exactly. Because, like, if they're gonna give us a time limit, hey, we got to be out of here in 1,000 years.
Have you seen
And
that?
there is proof that there may have been civilizations that were like
Yeah.
super advanced before us.
Yeah. See, I always see stuff about like Atlantis, and you know how like you said Atlantis was like ancient Egyptians. Well, like, isn't it also in?
Maybe not ancient Egyptians, but
I know
like
it's in
the story. I'm if I'm right, I may be wrong about this part, but I'm pretty sure I read something about Plato, not him necessarily, but like it's one of his ancestors or something, originally finding the story of Atlantis, connecting to the ancient.
Well, I see.
Egyptians.
I think.
So like they found it through the Egyptians or something.
See, I think not ancient Egypt, but I think Atlantis is mentioned in a Greek story because of Poseidon. He's the king of Atlantis, the god of water and the sea, lightning and the sea, king of Atlantis. And I think it's also in Rome because Rome has like their own version of Poseidon. Yeah,
But like,
Roman and Greek culture are pretty.
by time
They're like
Roman,
influenced by each other.
by time the Romans and Greeks would have came here, Atlantis would have been far gone.
Well, that's
So
the
by
thing.
time-
That's the
by
thing.
time they're
That's the
figuring
thing.
out
Both
about it-
both Rome and Greece went to Egypt. So maybe
Yeah.
Rome
But
and
what
Greece.
I'm saying is,
they-
maybe they just couldn't find it, like we can't find it, and they blamed it. Oh, maybe it like sank into the ocean or
Right.
something. And that's where that comes from.
Right.
But dude, I'm telling
Have
you.
you seen?
Or maybe they just packed up the whole. They
Now,
just
this
dug
reminds
up
me-
the
this
whole dirt
reminds
and
me.
sent it onto another planet.
This reminds me. I wanted to show you this.
I don't think that's what happened, but
I wanted to show you this, by the way. I
I
saw
want
this.
you guys to tell me what you think about my conspiracy because I thought that was pretty mind blowing. So blow this up. I'm posting this on Facebook later. Guys, check out this freaking conspiracy. Title of this video is gonna be, this is the truth about aliens, or the truth about aliens. Dun dun dun. Thumbnail. You ready?
Hold
ready?
on. What are we doing?
We just gotta act like we're surprised.
Okay. Ready?
Thumbnail. We got the thumbnail.
Thumbnail. But so I want to show you this. Let me see if I can.
What did you guys
find
think about that? Did you like the
it. Mystery.
with what you were thinking about? What? See, and that's what I'm saying though, is that like
This,
that,
bro.
that would
This. So this. So
that would explain why every ancient culture has pictures of aliens.
yeah.
Is because they're seeing the crap too, and they're like, "What the freak is this?" But in reality, it's just the precursor to everybody. Yeah. Dude,
Like
I
something,
had
like
this-
something that's like where you get so connected to a certain part of the world you can control it.
And then you can connect that with my theory about God being an alien. Now, I want to tread lightly on this because there's probably Christians watching this. I'm a Christian myself. I don't believe that God's an alien.
It's just a crazy theory that
but-
he had the other day.
But if my theory is right, if it's right, that would make sense if they're that highly advanced. Everything that happened in the
So
Bible,
us talking about
you could say that Jesus was sent here he was an alien, sent here from another planet, from the precursor to whoever he was there from.
Okay.
And then he was sent here,
But-
and then he was telling everybody about this higher power, but he wasn't telling them about higher power. He was telling them about the aliens
So
and how everybody
so
back then had all this crazy technology, and they interpreted that as a higher power. And they're like, oh, so there's a God, and then that would explain all the phenomena that happens
Yeah.
in the Bible. Now, I don't really believe that part, but
yeah.
I just wanted
So
to say
since
that.
we were talking about Atlantis, I wanted to show you this. I was browsing through Twitter the other day looking for stuff to talk about on here, and a topic popped up. It was from, what's the date on this? It's from
We got about 5 minutes.
June 18th. This won't take very long.
Okay.
It was from June 18th of 2021. So, and it was it's a cargo ship, right? There's these workers on a cargo ship, and you know, cargo ships, they take they take months to get to across the oceans, you know. And these guys were on this cargo ship, and they see something in the distance, and they're like, what is that? So normally you see another ship, it's just an unspoken rule. When you're on a cargo ship, you see another cargo ship, you hop on the radio,
Yeah.
say, hey, what's going on? You guys all right? Where are you going? You just have a polite conversation with them, just to, give them a little human contact.
Yeah.
So they hop on the radio, and they're like, oh, there's a cargo ship in front of us. We're getting, let's say hey. Hop on the radio, no signal.
Mm-hmm.
Changes the channel, no signal. They go through every available
So it was
channel.
like the ship wasn't even there.
But no, here's what they saw. This image was taken. So you have this cargo ship at the side.
Mm-hmm.
This picture was taken from a cargo
We're gonna have
ship.
to send this to him so
Yeah.
he can put this
So
on.
this was taken from the side of another cargo ship,
Yeah.
and that cargo ship was part of their convoy or whatever, and that is what they saw.
What?
And I fact checked this too. Like I've looked this picture up. It's not photoshopped.
Yo, what?
That's what I'm saying. Look at that. Mysterious floating
What?
city is what
Dude,
that's titled
look.
at. Is what that's titled as. I've read the story 10 times
Dude,
over.
that's not photoshopped?
That's not photoshopped.
No way.
I've looked into it.
All right, guys, let us know what you guys want us to talk about in future episodes. DM us questions so that we can have
See, now
something to talk about.
there is one theory about
I just
that.
wanted to say
There
that.
is one theory about that picture. So if you are in the Atlantic, there's an image. If you're in the Atlantic at the perfect time, perfect day, perfect weather conditions, during the sunset, you can see the skyline. No, I'm sorry, I'm telling you wrong. So if you're in Hong Kong, China, if it's perfect conditions and it's sunset where you're
Hong
at,
Kong's in China?
is it?
Is it?
I think so.
I didn't know it was in China. I thought it was Japan.
Well, I think it might be talking about Japan, but I
thought Hong Kong.
well, I think it's in Japan where I'm talking about, because Japan's
I thought Hong Kong was in Japan.
well,
I might get canceled for that.
there's an image too of this. This has been proven correct. Sure, it's been fact checked. Under the perfect conditions during sunset, I think it's in Hong Kong, but it might be like in Japan somewhere. You can see, if you look out towards the water, you can see the skyline of Chicago in the sunset.
Wow.
Because of the, like the light rays reflecting off of like the sun and whatever.
Mhm.
And you can see it. So a lot of people under the comments of that picture were like, oh, it's just the light rays. It's a skyline of a city. You're seeing a skyline of a city. And the guy said, he said, we had just started our trip. He said, we were in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know, the Pacific Ocean is the world's largest ocean.
It is the biggest ocean.
You could fit the USA twice, almost 3 times in the length of the Pacific Ocean. I'm just saying, and he says they were not even a day into the trip, and he saw that.
That's crazy. That actually is a crazy picture, dude.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna send that to Chandler so he can see it, and he's gonna put it up for you guys.
So,
But it's nuts to me.
honest thought about my theory. Was it worth having an episode
Oh yeah,
about?
freaking crazy,
Worth
man.
having an episode about? What do you think?
I'm
Worth
like
having an
shivering.
episode about
I'm
my
shivering
conspiracy?
because of it.
All right, guys. Unfortunately we're out of time. So we're trying to make these shorter, but we're struggling with it a little bit because we like to talk.
We get into stuff really easily.
So, guys, let us know about that theory. Share the crap out of this video.
Yes,
So
please.
that this goes
If
viral.
any video that we have, please share this one. Because this is a crazy episode.
Spread it. Send it to your grandma, your mom, your aunt, everybody. Show it to everybody. Your dog. Show it to your sister.
Show it to your
dad.
goldfish.
Show it to your goldfish. I don't care. Get those views up. Like the video if you want.
Show it to your maid if you can afford one of them.
Yeah. Show it to everybody.
Your babysitter. I don't
Everybody.
care.
Share it on Facebook. Share it
Instagram.
on TikTok. Share it on Instagram.
Twitter.
Tell
Snapchat.
all your friends about it. Spread it on Snapchat.
Heck, if you want to put this in a link in your
Put it
Tinder
on
bio,
everything.
do it.
Yeah, put #1 fan of the Mind Munchies podcast in your Tinder bio, and guess what? You're going to be getting swiped right on, baby. Is that right? Swipe right? Yeah, you're going to be getting swiped right on.
Crazy.
Baby. All right, guys, but unfortunately we're out
Appreciate
of time.
you.
Let us know what you thought about that conspiracy, and let us know what you want us to talk about later. DM us questions or whatever. Appreciate you guys, and our four viewers. Peace out.
DM us.